We are now going to explore how to make a sweep. The sweep is what you need to use on the bottom of your soap dish cavity in order to put a feature that holds the soap up from the bottom of that cavity so it doesn't get water on it and become all disintegrated inside the cavity. So to make a sweep, we first have to draw a profile of the shape that we want. Your profile needs to go along with the theme of your soap dish. So for example, if you had a shark, you might have teeth inside the soap dish. If I had a fish, I might put scales inside the soap dish. I've got a golf green that I'm using, so I'm going to put a golf club in there for lack of anything better. So it needs to somehow identify with what your soap dish theme is. So I'm going to draw a line that will simulate a golf club. That kind of looks like a golf club. Looks like a hockey stick too. But that's good enough for now. So there's my shape. Okay, I'm now going to finish my sketch, and in order to do a sweep, we have to have another profile that's perpendicular or at least intersecting this shape that would sweep along the curve. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new plane by using what's called a tangent work plane. We did it before when we made the plane off the soap dish to do the emboss. I want to select the line, and I want to select the endpoint. And what that does is it gives me a perpendicular plane to that sketch. I'm now going to make a new sketch on this plane. Remember, you've got to select the outside edge of the plane indicator. I'll make a new sketch. It turns to show me the sketch. Now I'm going to turn it sideways just a little bit so you can see that I've got the two different sketches. Here's the first one I made, and now I'm going to make a profile. The profile is going to be the shape of a triangle. The reason that we're using a triangle is because we want the edge to be sharp so that there's the least amount of contact with the ridge and the soap, so that it doesn't get all messed up when there's water at the bottom of that cavity. All right, so let's use the line tool, and I'm going to go ahead and make a triangle here. I'm going to start at the center, and I'm going to make a triangle. Now this is 1/8 of an inch. These lines, these light lines are 1/8 of an inch. So we'll go ahead and make it a little bit bigger than that. Maybe 3/16. There we go. Now I didn't dimension it, but I'm going to make this symmetrical by drawing a line from the midpoint of the bottom. There's the midpoint. Okay. Now that I'm out of the line tool, I'm going to go ahead and grab the corner or the apex of this place where the lines come together. And because it's not dimensioned, I can move it freely. And you can see that it will line up with that line. See that? I want to be right in the middle, and that means that because that line is drawn from the middle, that is an isosceles triangle that is symmetrically, these distances are equal. Okay, I can delete that line. I'll go ahead and finish my sketch. And now you can see what I have is I have a profile that is an enclosed area and a sketch that I can then sweep that profile over. And we do that by selecting the sweep tool. Now, if you hover the mouse over sweep, it will tell you and show you a video of how to do this. Let's go ahead and watch it. There's my path. There's my profile. There's my sweep. You have a perpendicular plane that intersects the path. Okay, you can see how that works. All right, so we're going to select sweep. The profile is automatically selected for us. If there are multiple profiles, it would ask us to select one. The path file, or the path indicator is here. It wants me to select a path. Well, the path is the first sketch I made. And there's the preview of what it's going to give me, and voila, there's my golf club. Now, what I want you to do, you'll notice that I did this on a different file. I'm going to jump back over to my soap dish now. What you will need to do, and I'm going to walk you through it, I'm going to explain it, but you're going to have to do it. I'm not going to show you. You need to make a work plane. Or actually, you need to go onto this face, draw your sketch that you want your sweep to cover. You then have to make another plane at the end of that sketch. You make a new work plane, just like I did here. You make a new work plane on the end of that path, and you draw your triangle. Keep in mind the size. Don't make it too big. Don't make it too small. Then you have to perform the sweep command by taking that profile and sweeping it along your path. It's that simple. And then when you're done, what we're going to do is we're going to do a rectangular pattern. So you can imagine this at the bottom of my soap dish. If I come up here to rectangular pattern, I'm going to select that feature, and it's going to want me to select a direction. Well, I'm going to pattern it in, let's see, I can select any line. I'm going to select this line right here. It's going to go in this direction, and you can see how you can get multiple parts. Let's say I want 4 of them. I'm going to fit them in within a 1-inch area, and voila. That's how you would put multiple. You could imagine on my soap dish multiple golf clubs stretched over along this. So that's what I want you to do. And with that, you're going to finish your soap dish model. When you're finished with that, I want you to upload your IPT. You save it. I know you did a preliminary one, you did a progress one, and now you're going to do a final. So when you're all done, it's completely finished, you've got your sweep, I want you to upload your final IPT, and you'll get your final grade for your soap dish. Then we're going to do a drawing that we'll learn some different types of views. We'll be putting some dimensions on there. It'll be your first dimensioned real drawing of a product. Okay, look forward to seeing your designs.